Hello, I'm Paul, and this is Paul Plays with Fire. Welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today on the show, we're going to be making some pork chops in the pellet smoker, and we're also going to be roasting potatoes and radishes in the Blackstone pizza oven. This should be fun. Stick around. This is a relatively quick and easy meal that you can do on a weeknight. The pork chops take about an hour, and the potatoes and radishes are done in about 30 minutes. Now, I can already hear some of you. You're going, ew, roasting radishes and potatoes together? Ah, no. Hey, don't knock it till you tried it. I've also heard radishes referred to as keto potatoes. So if you're into keto eating, there's that. And if you just can't get past the radishes, you can always just do potatoes by themselves. But take it from me, you should give roasted radishes a try. Earlier, we gave our pork chops a good salt and peppering, and then we let them sit for an hour or two to give the salt time to work its magic. Today we're using boneless, thick-cut 8-ounce pork chops. These pork chops are $2 a piece at the grocery store. That is incredibly cheap protein in my book. And in this neck of the woods, we do have more pigs than we do people, so that probably has something to do with it. And they are delicious when they're cooked in the pellet smoker. Today we'll be using applewood pellets in the smoker because applewood smoke and pork just go so well together. But any fruit would be fine. Who am I kidding? Use any kind of pellet you have and they'll be delicious. We've preheated our smoker to 275 degrees and we're going to reverse sear our pork chops today. That means we're going to slow smoke the pork chops for an hour or so, and then we'll turn up the heat for the last few minutes. Let's get the pork chops into the smoker and get this party started. And with that, we'll set a 1-hour timer, and that's when everything will be done. And if you like watching this kind of nonsense, maybe you should consider subscribing. And while you're there, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. We do appreciate it because it does help us out. Now that the pork chops are cooking, we'll turn our attention to the potatoes and the radishes. We're roasting them in the Blackstone pizza oven, and that needs a little time to heat up, so that we'll start that now. We'll be trying to keep it around 450 degrees today, so we'll turn the heat on that way down, because it does get hot, you know. We've cut up our potatoes to be about the same size as our radishes, so that they're all done about the same time. And then we've placed them in one of my deep dish pizza pans. We'll give them a good coating of salt, pepper, and olive oil. And when the pork chops have been on about 30 minutes, we'll put the potatoes in the pizza oven. Olive oil goes on first, because that helps everything else stick. And we'll just shake that around a little bit. She can come on. We just want to make sure everything's nicely coated with salt, pepper, and olive oil. And then we'll let that sit until we have about 30 minutes left on the pork chops. Okay, our pork chops have been on for half an hour, which means they have a half hour left, which means it's time to put on our potatoes and our radishes and put them on to roast. And our pizza oven is heated right at about between 400 and 450, so that's just about perfect. We're going to get these kind of situated the way we want them, because we want flat sides down on everything that has a flat side. It just makes that nice cooked side against the hot stone, against the hot pan. So if the principle is if it's got a flat side, turn it down. Then we'll just slip those into the pizza oven. And in about half an hour, you won't believe how good they are. We'll see you in 30 minutes, maybe 24 minutes. We'll see you in 24 minutes. We got some pork chop work to do. Okay, we're starting to get close here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these out. Boy, don't those look good. Ooh-wee, look at that. Pull these out and just give them a good stir. Look at how nice that downside looks. Got a nice char to it. Okay, we'll just give them another shake. Good enough for who it's for. I think we'll go ahead and turn the heat up a little bit because I think about another 10 minutes and those are going to be done. Our potatoes have come along very nicely. They're just where we want them. And now we're going to turn the pellet smoker up to 450 degrees, which is as hot as this one goes. It's going to take a few minutes for it to get up to 450, and we're going to watch it, and on the way there, when it gets to 400, we're going to set a 6-minute timer, and that's the number of minutes it has left to cook. We'll cook those for 6 minutes at the higher temperature, and we'll turn them halfway through at about 3 minutes. And I got to add, I got to mention, and I have to mention, this is the first time I've opened the lid. I mean, I haven't opened it yet, but in 3 minutes, 3-4 minutes, I'm going to open the lid and turn them over once. So that's how hands-off this is. You really don't have to do anything. You just, and with this Z-Grills pellet smoker with the PID controller, it is so rock solid that you literally can just set it and walk away for as many hours as you need to cook. So I'm very impressed with it. I didn't expect that. So anyway, as soon as we get to 400 degrees, we'll set a 6-minute timer. Okay, we're now at the 3-minute timer. That means the pork chops have 3 minutes left in the smoker. So we're gonna open the lid and see what they look like. Boy, they look really good. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. It's the magic of the reverse sear. That looks great. Those are gonna be perfect. Okay, 3 minutes. 3 minutes and we rest. The pork chops rest. Okay, the time is up on the pork chops, so we're going to take them out of the pellet smoker. Let's see what they look like. Oh, they look fantastic. And we're going to put them on this cooking rack so that very wonderful bark stays up out of its own juices, and hopefully it'll stay crispy. We have just enough room for 3 or 4 pork chops on this rack. So it'll be perfect. And we're going to let them rest here. Close that noisy thing. We're going to let them rest here for 5 minutes. Very important with any pork or anything, any meat like that, that you let it rest after you bring it off the grill. You don't want to cut into it right away. The juices will all just run out. You want those juices to set a little bit. Okay, our potatoes and radishes are also done. We've already turned that oven off. They look and smell really good. It all looks and smells really good. I don't know if I can wait 5 minutes. Okay, the potatoes are ready to come off. They smell really good. Look at that. Yum. Looks great. Tell you what, we're gonna go make a plate while the pork chops finish resting, and we'll be right back. Wow, well that looks and smells amazing. That's just incredible. So good. So we're gonna dive in, we're gonna try a pork chop first, but I know how it's gonna be. It's gonna be delicious. Look at that smoke ring. Yep. Almost like I know what I'm doing. Oh, the flavor is so good. I'll try just a little bit of potato here. Nicely done. Very nicely done. Oh, nice char on it, nice crisp. And it's finally a big old soft piece of radish. So you never thought you'd see that, huh? Look at that. Melt in your mouth good and so buttery tasting. Wow, where'd that come from? Well, that was fun. I Once again, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. This is really, really good. It's quick, it's easy, it's quick to the table, and it's so full of flavor. This has been Paul Plays with Fire. Thanks for watching.